All right, like I did promise you that we'll be having leadership theater come 2022, but the good news is that we are going to be doing an intro of the leadership theater so that you can know what to expect on the leadership theater. So today I am having in the studio with me, I'm introducing in the studio Mr. Fikhe Sylvanus. Mr. Fikhe Sylvanus is joining us on leadership theater. Mr. Fikhe Sylvanus.
Yes, sir.
It's good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Mr. Fikhe Sylvanus is a passionate leadership person. He's the founder of Leadership Theater. Yes, Leadership Theater. What is the Leadership Theater all about?
All right. Before I proceed, I love the introduction quite okay, but there are some ingredients in the introduction
that were missing. Okay,
so I think I should not take that part. I am just one that God has helped to co-host this program.
Okay.
And I want to say my backbone here in this program is actually one I look up to and respect, a mentor, Pastor Enoch Osezua.
Okay, Pastor Enoch Osezua will be joining us, of course. He is a mentor and a leadership person. I see him as a man with an impeccable character and a man with passion for leadership. And when we talk about man, you think we are talking about somebody who is old, right?
But
we're talking about someone in the neighborhood of the youth who is passionate, fresh blood. Don't worry, we'll bring him up after. Yes, Sylvanus, please just lead us into before we bring in the mentor of the school.
All right.
Yeah.
So a great time. So should I say I appreciate every bit of the time out here now, and I want to start by saying leadership theater is more than a concept, it's a vision. And this is not a vision that came through by just my single effort, but through the help of the same man whom I call a mentor and a leader as well, who has patterned my way, Pastor Enoch. And we will be bringing to you the necessity for youth leadership in this very country. And we are not just coming from the perspective of secular leadership. We have a government, and of course every government has a constitution, and the constitution is meant to have binding authority over its subject. And so our government is coming from a spiritual angle, and we are looking forward to how we can be able to influence and impact the young people without bias in terms of taking leadership responsibility in this nation. So this takes us to recruiting people who are ready to join the crew of passionate young leaders, which in the course of leadership theater we will unveil the need why every young person is expected to be a member of this particular moving train.
Okay, sorry, let me cut you. When you say the government is spiritual, are you saying that leadership theater has religious inclination?
Okay, well, that is a question that will be treated in the course of the conversation, because there is what I call the 3 R's of the Nigerian politics.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and in that 3R, one of the 3 R's is what you're asking,
okay.
And I think it will be substantiated when we come to the point.
Okay, very interesting. I see you already see that there are dimensions that are unfolding when we talk about leadership theater. One key thing that Fikhe has mentioned here is that there is necessity for youth leadership, and that no one can argue. Now there is a revelation here, the 3 R's of leadership. He didn't want to tell us what one of the R's. He's only mentioned that I have hinted on one of the R's, but we don't know what that R is, and neither do we know what the 3 R's are. But in the course of the program, as you stick on seeing this every time it drops on our YouTube page, and then look out for us, because we are also going to take this to the mainstream. So be on the channel, click subscribe, and then stay tuned as we continue to unfold these things as they go on. So back to you, Mr. Sylvanus.
Yes, sir.
Yes. This leadership theater, what is your main goal? What do you intend to achieve with this?
Yes, the main goal of leadership theater is to change the mental programming of young people, because main area of concentration, which I might be using for the introductory part today, which is the 3 R's of politics, is going to reveal to us how that we have used those positive perspective of human life in a negative dimension of our existence or reality. And so the goal, number one, is to change that mental programming, that you have to acquire some necessities or criterions that will permit you to speak up in your locality as a leader, and to ensure you understand that leadership begins from taking responsibility. And so by the time you can take responsibility, whatever is entrusted in your hand automatically reveals your leadership capacity. And so by that, that is number one, the objective of leadership theater. And then secondly, leadership theater is looking out to see that the society is not just made up of people who are so passionate about what they do, but also people who are distinctive in doing what they do. Because everything we do, we are in a society that is evolving. And so both religious-wise, ethnic and traditional-wise, every aspect of human endeavor has metamorphosed. And so we are expected to also, as youth and younger generation, catch up with what is expected to ensure that we don't cause casualties in our society, because most of the casualties in our society are as a result of mediocrity among the youth. And so we're looking at how to impact the youth to ensure that these youth have a responsibility and they don't misuse their responsibility, selling it out for chicken change in expense of their future and destiny.
Selling it out for chicken change in expense of their future and destiny. Yes, before you thank God you just told us now that you will be letting out these 3 cards from the bag, the 3 R's, okay, of Nigerian politics. But then very key thing to take away, leadership begins by taking responsibility, and the essence of leadership theater is to ensure that the society is filled with people who are distinct about what they do.